नमस्कार। एक बार फिर से आप सभी का बहुत बहुत स्वागत है हमारी इस नई श्रृंखला में और हमारा एक बहुत खास कार्यक्रम सेल्फ रियलाइजेशन विद साध्वी भगवती सरस्वती जी, जहाँ पर हमारे साथ बहुत सारी जानकारियाँ देंगी। और जैसे कि पिछले एपिसोड में आपको याद होगा हमने बात की थी हु आर वी, हु एम आई, मैं कौन हूँ, हम कौन हैं। इस टॉपिक को लेकर हमने बहुत सारी जानकारियाँ आपको दी थी और आपको ये समझाने का प्रयास किया था कि आप सबसे पहले खुद को जानें। उसी कड़ी को आगे बढ़ाते हुए, उसी श्रृंखला को आगे बढ़ाते हुए आज हम बात करेंगे लव, यानी कि प्यार की। आज की इस दुनिया में प्यार की कमी बहुत ज़्यादा है। इंसान के प्यार करने के तरीके अलग अलग हैं। कैसे आप वो प्यार न सिर्फ अपने मन में समेटें, उस प्यार को आप दुनिया को बांटें, दुनिया ताकि आपको खूबसूरत लगे। ये पूरी जानकारी हमारे साथ देंगी साध्वी भगवती जी। जय श्री कृष्णा।
जय श्री कृष्णा।
बहुत बहुत स्वागत है आपका। साध्वी जी, माय फर्स्ट क्वेश्चन टू यू, हाउ डू वी नो इफ वी आर इन लव? वेरी short and sweet question.
It's a wonderful question, and it's a question that actually so many people ask.
Okay.
If you have to ask the question, you're not in love. You know you are in love in a way that there is no question to be asked. There's no questions at all. Love is so powerful that if you have to ask, it means for sure you're not in love. Not a bad thing, nothing to worry about. Doesn't mean कि कहीं कुछ गड़बड़ हो गया. But if you find yourself asking, I wonder if I'm in love, it means for sure you're not in love.
But I am in love. I am love. I love my family. I love my husband. I love God. क्योंकि आज के दुनिया का शायद प्यार करने का तरीका यही है। प्यार करता है पति पत्नी से, माँ अपने बेटे से, जो सबसे पवित्र प्यार कहा जाता है, बहन भाई से प्यार करता है। तो आप पहले मुझे ये बताइए कि जो हम जिस रिश्ते को इतने प्यार से संजो के पाल पोस के बड़ा करते हैं, छोटी सी मिसअंडरस्टैंडिंग उस रिश्ते को तोड़ देती है, तहस नहस डिस्ट्रॉय कर देती है। Why?
It's so sad. It's so sad, Neha. Now, first of all, before we look at the problems, let's look at this love that you've talked about. The love of the brother and the sister, the love of the mother and the child, the love of the husband and the wife. Now, how do we know what that love is? Now, here's what's important to know. If what I'm loving in those people is their essence, is their core, is their spirit, then it's really love. If it's not, then it's lust. Lust is not only sexual. If what I love is form, we call it lust. When what I love is essence and content, it is love. And this is true whether it's a romantic pati-patni love, whether it's love with a friend, whether it's love for a parent, whatever love it is, when you love the essence, think about it for a minute, with your parents, with your sisters and brothers, with your husband. Their forms keep changing. How many times the body of your mother has changed since she held you in her arms? Right? She went from being this young woman who had a little baby in her hands. She got a little older. Form changed and changed and changed. But your love didn't change. In fact, probably your love grew. That's love of essence. Similarly, with your husband, the day you married him, he had one body. Today it's a different body. Every cell of our being, Neha, it's amazing. Within 7 or 8 years, every single cell of our body changes. The cells of the skin change every few days. The cells in our blood, in our organs, over years. But after 7 or 8 years, it's a completely different man than the man you married. But you still love him. Balki you love him more. Why? Because the love is not of the form, it's not of the body. It's of the essence, it's the spirit. And here's what's so beautiful about that. When what you love is essence and spirit, you're loving God. It doesn't matter whether you're loving God through the form of your husband, through the form of your mother or father, through the form of your sister or brother or your children. Wherever what you're loving is essence and spirit and soul, jitne baar sharir change kar lenge, koi baat nahi. Moti ho gaya, patle ho gaya, jawan the ya budi ho gaya, doesn't matter. You keep loving. Because you love content. You love what's inside, not just the form. That means you're loving God. Because that soul, that spirit, that essence in each of us, wo hai kya? Atma. So when you're loving Atma, it all becomes spiritual love. And that's very important to remember. Because many people say things like, well, I love my mother, I love my father, I love my children, I love my husband or wife. But I can't love God. I don't know why I want to love God, but I can't, I have difficulty. And I always say, don't worry. If you really, really are loving the essence, the soul, the spirit of your mother, of your father, of your husband or wife or your children, you're loving God. Now, the problems.
Yeah.
Why, when we have such a beautiful love, a love of Atma, a love of the divine, why do we lose it over who will do the dishes? Why do we lose it over what we're going to eat for dinner tonight? Why do we lose it over what movie to see? Who said what? Whose turn it is to do something? These are the little things that destroy our lives.
Exactly.
It happens, Neha, because we shift. We shift from a love of the essence to an expectation from the form.
Exactly. Expectation is a...
This becomes the problem. We start to see each other not as divine, but as a vending machine. If I walk up to a vending machine and I put in $1 bill and I push, or 50 rupees or 100 rupees or whatever the cost is, and I push the button for chocolate bar to aayegi. And if it doesn't, I know, machine is broken. We start expecting the same thing from our loved ones. Maine aapke liye ye kiya, wo kiya. Now you are supposed to do for me
Same thing.
what I want. Like you are a vending machine. Maine mera paisa dala, ab mera chocolate do.
Exactly.
I've done what I'm supposed to do. I've pushed my button. Chocolate kahan hai meri? We have started to see the people in our lives really as these vending machines. Give me what I want. And then all of our interactions with them starts to become business ki tarah, vending machine ki tarah. Chalo, agar main aaj dishes karungi, then it means maybe tomorrow he will take me out for dinner. If I praise my mother-in-law, oh, I tell her she's wonderful, ye jo bhojan unhone banaya that I can't stand, it tastes horrible, but agar main kahungi ki, oh, ma, kya banaya aapne, itna sundar, wonderful food you've cooked. If I praise her like that, then maybe tomorrow she will be nice to me. Maybe tomorrow जब मैं ही खाना चाहूँगी वही बना लेंगे या मुझे बनाने देंगे या she'll let me go to the restaurant, whatever it is. जो मैं चाहूंगी, how can I make that happen from you? So you see how we've shifted from Atma to object. कहाँ आप आत्मा हैं और कहाँ मैंने आपको object बनाया. An object from which I need to get what I want. And what ends up happening then is we start to see things in a measurable way, this give and take.
Exactly.
What have you done for me? What have I done for you? We bring balance sheets from our work into our family. Now, my guru Puja Swami ji हमेशा कहते हैं, it's very important कि हम लोग अपनी balance sheet बनाएं. मैं कहाँ खड़े हूँ? मेरी कितनी plus points, कितनी minus points have happened today? But we should not be doing somebody else's balance sheet. It's not a balance sheet between me and you. Love is not give and take. Love is give and give and give. Love loves the apple tree just as much as it loves the peach tree. It has no preference. And if it loved peaches and today it got apples, it would learn how to make apple pie. But we've turned our love into this mutual benefit scheme. You do what I want, I'll do what you want.
I'm totally agree with you because now these days, same thing is happen in our society. Same thing. Relationship are just a give and take. यहाँ तक कि आप ये लगा लीजिए जिस तरीके से हम खबरें आजकल देख रहे हैं, न्यूज़ चैनल्स हैं, मैगजीन्स हैं, प्रिंट मीडिया है, खबरें आ रही हैं कि भाई इसके साथ ऐसा हो गया बिकॉज ऑफ प्रॉपर्टी, जस्ट बिकॉज ऑफ मनी. प्यार तो कहीं है ही नहीं, लव न जाने कहाँ खो गया है. तो आपने बहुत अच्छा टॉपिक भी उठाया क्योंकि इसके साथ साथ क्योंकि आपसे बहुत कुछ हमें सीखने के लिए यहाँ मिलता है. अब माई नेक्स्ट क्वेश्चन इज कि ये जो गिव एंड टेक वाला जो हमारी थिंकिंग है, जो सोसाइटी के अंदर सोसाइटी को घेर के बैठ गई है, ये कैसे दूर हो?
I also wanted to share with you a story.
Okay.
आपने ज़मीन की बात उठाई, that over property we lose everything. So there's a beautiful story of a woman. She's home alone one day, and there's this knock on her door. She opens the door, and there's 3 old men standing on her doorstep. She says, "Come in, come in." They ask her, "Is your husband home?" No? She says, "But that's okay, come in." They say, "No, no, we will wait outside until your husband comes. My name is love. With me are success and wealth. सारे पैसा मिलेगा हमको." पतिदेव बोले कि अच्छी बात आपने उठाई, मैं सोच रहा था कि सक्सेस को बुलाएं. अगर सक्सेस आ गया तो हमारा बेटा, he will get the job that he wants. He will become very high, he will be the CEO, he will be a crorepati. But मुझे लगता कि जो आपने बोला कि wealth को बुलाएं, वो सबसे बेस्ट है. फिर कोई फर्क नहीं पड़ेगा if he gets the job, doesn't get the job. We will already be wealthy. उनकी लड़की ने कहा, "माँ, पिताजी, my brother and I really appreciate how much you care about us, how much you want that my brother should succeed. But मुझे ये लगता है कि प्यार सबसे जरूरी. Really what we want most is just your love. Please, आप love को अंदर बुला लीजिएगा. Love को invite करें हम लोग. Then it doesn't matter successful हो, wealthy हो, कोई फर्क नहीं पड़ेगा. We will have love. तो naturally माँ बाप को थोड़ा सा शर्म आए कि ये जहाँ लव जाते हैं वहाँ सक्सेस और वेल्थ हमेशा पीछे पीछे आते हैं.
Wow.
Wherever love goes, success and wealth always follow. तो आपने ये बात उठाई कि हम कहाँ love को छोड़ रहे हैं. We are losing love, we're forsaking love, we're dumping love in the name of wealth, in the name of zameen. Brothers and brothers fighting, families being torn apart over money, over land, over property, businesses. In the name of our success, in the name of our wealth, we're losing love. And when we lose love, we lose everything. क्योंकि बिस्तर पे क्या you can hold a brick of gold in your arms? क्या you can have dinner across the table from a brick of gold? Yeah, from a Mercedes? Has anybody ever taken their Mercedes out to a restaurant for dinner? कि चलो मेरा Mercedes के लिए भी कुर्सी लगवा, उसके साथ मैं भोजन करूँगा. Has anybody ever taken their jewels to a movie? Or on vacation as their loved one? Of course not. We cannot get connection, joy, meaning from these things. But you're right, so sadly, we're letting the love go in the name of these things, and then we wonder.
यहाँ पर हम बात कर रहे हैं प्यार की. एक प्यार जो आपस के संबंधों में होता है, एक वो प्यार जो ईश्वर के साथ. लेकिन ढूंढना खुद में ही होगा. मैं कौन हूँ, हम कौन हैं, और ये प्यार आपको कहीं मिलेगा नहीं, किसी मार्केट में, किसी शॉप पर. ये आपको खुद से ही अपनी आंतरिक आत्मा से वो प्यार आपको पैदा करना होगा, वो प्यार आपको जागृत करना होगा. फिलहाल आज के लिए इस कार्यक्रम में सिर्फ इतना ही. बहुत बहुत शुक्रिया आपका हमसे जुड़ने के लिए. बहुत बहुत शुक्रिया.